There was a fly in my flat earlier on. Which means it's summertime. Like in Game of Thrones, the Citadel sends out doves to herald the arrival of the new seasons. In the UK, it's flies. Also, there will be ambient noise during this vlog because I've left the doors and the windows just wide open. A good vlogger would shut them and have sort of nice, clean sound. No, this flat is a little bit of a hot box. We get the sun at the start of the day, all the way across, right through the end, and it's fucking glorious. But it's a bit wham. So the windows are open, I've got a nice chill breeze coming through. We're all very zen, we just like it, just ambiance, you know? Also, it's the middle of the day, I'm drinking a rum and coke and I've not got any bottoms on. I couldn't care less. Why am I here? Announcements. We're ticking off another box on the YouTuber checklist. I've done spons, I've done collabs. In one video I accidentally put up my address. It was great, that was a good 5 minutes. And now I'm announcing some things. This is exciting. Announcement number 1, I have a website, danieljlayton.com. Please visit it. I wrote it myself. For the moment, it's just like a page for if people want to hire me, and they should. They can have a look at it and see a little bit about me. And eventually it's gonna grow and incorporate an online store, which will sell, leading me on to announcement number 2, a book. If you don't watch my monthly vlog aspects or follow me on Twitter or Instagram, which, step up guys, come on. I am writing a baking book, a companion book to Baking with Layton, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that book shortly. That is to keep you around for the video. Audience retention, I know what I'm doing, thank you Dad. I basically decided that I needed to be more serious and business-like. Like I've been like dancing through life, mindless and careless. Why? Still have fun, but be a little bit more like switched on in what I'm doing. Hence the website, hence the, alternate revenue streams. And the third head of the sort of Cerberus. What is this metaphor? There is a online film festival in North America in the end of September that I'd quite like to submit something for. I would like it to be good quality. The problem is, there's a little triangle when you make stuff. It goes good, cheap, fast. You can pick 2 things, but you can't have all 3. So if you want it to be good and fast, it's not gonna be cheap. If you want it to be cheap and good, it's not gonna be fast. And if you want it fast and cheap, it ain't gonna be good. So yeah, that's it. I've done it. I've remembered. I learned that at university. Some things stick, you know? It's that triangle and how to have a good night out on £5. That's what I've remembered from 3 years of a degree. Anyway, I want to make some things and I want them to be good, which leads me on to announcement number, are we on 3? We'll go with 3. I have a Patreon now. I think you probably know the drill because everyone and their mums has a Patreon these days. But for those who aren't familiar, I'll bring you up to speed. Patreon is basically like an online tip jar. If you like a creator and you want to support them financially, but you're not into like merch or any of that palaver, well, you can go to Patreon and you can pledge to support that creator with a certain amount of cash dollar. There's a link to my page in the description if you are so inclined, and it is an if, there is no obligation. I'm still here, this is still free. At the moment, I have a one-size-fits-all tier. Pledge whatever you fancy, and you will get access to my Patreon stream where I'm gonna put sometimes early uploads, I will be sharing ideas for projects, general ramblings, that kind of thing. If you want to pledge something, I am incredibly grateful. If you can't or don't want to, that's totally fine too, and I love you nonetheless. So that's that. Shall we talk about the book? I am really excited about this. It started as a little nugget of an idea. Hazel was like, oh, you could do that, and I was like, sure. Oh. And it's grown and become a thing. I'm working on a book. Wow. The book is going to be a companion to Baking with Layton, by which I mean, when people tell me about watching the show, they tend to say that they binged the whole thing and it's perked their mood up a bit, it's made them feel a bit better. They like that we have fun in the kitchen, they like that we are a bit messy, we have a bit of a laugh. It's a bit of a mood lifter. It's inclusive and it's warm and it's welcoming. And I really like that, so that's what I want the book to be. So in the book, there are gonna be obviously recipes. There will be a recipe for every single episode in the show. Some of them are gonna be really good bakes that I love the recipes for and I wanna share with you. Some of them are gonna be a little bit mischievous. It's gonna be illustrated. I have a dear friend of mine who is gonna illustrate sort of little moments from the series and other bits and bobs throughout. It's gonna be full of sort of little in-jokes. I'll do some notes, some thoughts on my relationship with food, why I like to bake, why I enjoy doing the show. One day I'd love to write a huge whiz-bang proper cookbook. Because I'm self-publishing this project, I had a big think about how I could create something affordable and worthwhile and still capture everything that I wanted a book of mine to be. As an example, this is the Hungover cookbook, which I was given at Summer in the City, and I love it. But it's a good model of the sort of size of it. It's gonna be about 100 pages, probably in paperback, because hardback is a little bit more expensive to produce, and like I said, I don't wanna be charging you through the nose. Simple, cheerful, happy vibe of a book, and I really hope that you will like it. The way we're going to do it is with pre-orders on my aforementioned online store, which will probably open on Friday, along with a new episode of Baking with Leighton featuring a guest who has never been on the show before. I'm aiming to have it printed and ready to be shipped by mid to late June, early July. The early pre-order period is so that we can try and get the funds in to be able to get it printed in the first place. I want this process to be as open and transparent and as shared as possible. So obviously I'm going to be documenting it in my monthly vlog, wherein I film a little bit of something every single day. I'm going to be sharing how the writing goes. I'm recipe testing, which is why my kitchen is a complete mess right now. I'm having meetings with collaborators, and I want you to be a part of that. If you pre-order it when the shop opens, I want you to know how it's going, what's happening, so that when you get it, you feel like you didn't just pay for something a couple months back and oh, here it is now. And if you're going to part with your hard-earned money on something of mine, I want you to feel that that was entirely worthwhile. God, this is actually happening, isn't it? I've said it out loud in several vlogs and online. Oh my God, I've got to make a book. This is madness. I hope it goes well, as do you, I'm sure. I'm back and I'm looking forward to making new stuff and entertaining you and writing a fucking book, mate! Thank you very much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled on my old Twitter account for when the store goes live and we can get the ball rolling on this bloody lovely book. I'm gonna go sit outside now.